All right, so now I'm just going to give you some formulas that you can use to factor. Okay, so, here's the factored form right here so that you have a squared minus b squared. You have something like this. Okay, so the first formula I'm going to give you is difference of squares. So let me highlight that on this. What does it mean for difference in math? What is when I say difference? Yeah, the negative or minus, exactly. So right here, this is the difference of squares. So we have the difference sign right here, the minus sign, and then notice that it's a squared minus b squared, okay? So if you have something squared minus another number squared, or it could be variables, you simply write it like this. You just say, you take that number, a plus b, and then a minus b, and that's it, okay? But the challenging part is to get it into this form right here. So we're just going to look at 9. Is 9, does it have a square symbol on the top? It doesn't. But how can I write 9 so it has a square symbol? 3 times 3. So if I can rewrite 3 as a 3 squared. It's the same thing, right? 3 squared is the same thing as 9. And then you have your r squared minus, how can I write 4 as a square? 2 squared, okay? But here it looks like I only have 1 squared, correct? So I'm just going to rewrite this as 3r, the whole quantity squared, minus 2. I'm just going to put parentheses. You don't have to, but it's easier to see it this way. All right, so let's just pick out our numbers here. What is a and what is b? See if I have it in this form. What is being squared here? The whole thing, 3r. Okay? What is being squared here? The 2. Okay? So now what that means is now we just have to put it in this formula. So it says parentheses, a here is 3r plus b here is 2. And then another parentheses, a here is 3r again, minus 2. And that is my answer. Okay. So let me try one more. So over here, 25m squared. What's the square root of 25? 5. So this would be 5m, the whole thing squared. What is the square root of 16? 4. So this is 4 squared. So which means that I can just rewrite this as 5m plus 4, 5m minus 4. Okay? Alright, I'm going to have you guys, you don't have to do all of them. Just do 2 of them and then we'll go to the next formula. Try 3 and 4. I'm just going to go through these 2. So you have here 16 is 4 square. 16 is 4 squared. So I'm just going to put 4x squared minus 5 squared. Good job. So you have 4x plus 5, 4x minus 5. This one I got 7x, I believe. And then 9 is 3x, or 3. So you have 7x plus 3, 7x minus 3. Okay? Alright, so we did difference of squares. Now we're going to do sum and difference of cubes. Okay, that was ugly. Oh. Sum and difference of cubes. Okay? You know that sum means addition sign, difference means subtraction sign, and then the cube is just like how square is something that's being squared. Cubed is something that's being cubed. In other words, something that's taken to the third power. Okay, so I didn't really go through some of these examples in the warm-up. I only did square roots. Like for example, the number 27 is a cube root, is a cube because I can rewrite this as 3 cubed, right? Because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. What's another cube? 125? Yeah. I cheated. I looked down there because I have a bunch of them are cubed. 5, because that's the same thing as 5 cubed. If you don't know if a number is a cube or not, let me show you how to find it in your calculator. So go to your calculator. I just want to show you where your cube root is. It's in math, right here. You got to go to math. Everything is in math. You got to go to number 4. Yep, cube root is right there. So if I look here, let's look at cube root of 27. You see how it's 3? Or math, cube root of 125 is 5. Things like that. I think, yeah, I'll stop there. Anywho, so same type of a thing here. I have 2 formulas. I just note that like on the test or on the SOL, this is not on the formula sheet. Hang on. All right, so when you're given, let's look at the first one. This one's the sum of cubes. Oops, this, oh no, this should say 3 up here. Okay, so if you have 2 cubes, meaning something raised to the third power, another thing raised to the third power, and you have an addition sign, this is the formula. A plus B, parentheses, A squared minus AB plus B squared. Okay? Yeah, it's not a fun formula, but it is helpful. So, I have this little thing here that I can help you remember. It says SOPs, which means the same sign. So you're going to start by writing 2 parentheses and put A plus B, the same sign. And then let's look at how the subtraction one has the same sign. It's A minus B, okay? And then you go to the next part, you start, and then you write A squared. So you take whatever A here and you square it, minus A times B plus B squared, okay? You stick with the same sign, then you change the sign, and this one always stays as positive. And then make sure to square it. And then same thing here, you have the minus, minus, take the opposite sign, so this is a plus, and it's always plus, okay? All right, so let's look at this example here. So we have to rewrite this as a cube. So this is already cubed. So I already have x cubed. There's nothing to do here. What about 27? What is the cube root of 27? 3. We already said that. So it's 3 cubed. So if I were to use my formula, I would choose the first one, right? I'm just gonna, because I need to look at the formula. All right, so for this question, what is my A here in this question here? X, yep. Plus, what's my B here? 3. Parentheses, what is my A here again? X, and then don't forget to square it, minus A times B, so you do X times 3, which is 3X, plus, and then B squared, so B is 3 squared, and then I'm just going to erase this 3 squared so I can just write what's 3 squared, which is 9. Okay, so that is my answer to this problem. X plus 3, and then x squared minus 3x plus 9. Okay. And then let's do a difference of squared here. So actually, let me do number 4. So again, I have 8x cubed plus 1, so I'm going to rewrite this as 2x cubed, because the cube root of 8, math 4, 8, the cube root of 8 is 2. So I wrote it as 2x cubed plus, and then how can I write 1 as a cube? What is 1 cube root of 1? It's just 1. Okay, and then you're going to use the formula. Let me see if I did this right. 2x, I know it's the same sign, plus 1. And then this is 2x squared minus 2x plus 1 squared. So if I were to clean this up, I would have 2x plus 1, 4x squared minus 2x plus 1. It's like, yeah. This is, so for this, we have x minus x cubed minus 5 cubed. So this is x minus 5. This is x squared. Opposite sign, always positive, 5 squared, which is 25. And then here we have x 64. So this is net. So you will rewrite this using the formula as a is x minus b is 4, and then you have a squared, which is x squared, plus a times b, 4 times x, which is 4x, plus b squared, so 4 squared, which is 16. Alright. So I'm going to go to, since it's a multiple choice, I'm going to go to y equals, plug it in, uh, 125x. Even though your calculator says n, you have to always use x when you're graphing, okay? Minus 27, and then before I hit graph, go to y2, and then graph your answer choice. I know it's not a, but I'm just gonna try it. 5x squared minus 15x plus 9. Oops, not 99, 9. Close your parentheses and just graph. Now if you look at the graph, you have the blue one, which is the original, and you have the red one. Are they the same graph at all? Not even close, right? So it's not A. You're going to go to the next one, or should I just jump to C? Is it C?
Yeah.
It's C. Okay, let me just jump to C. All right, so you have 5x. Ah, dang it. 5x minus 3. And then 25. That should have said x here. My bad. Or it should say n. X squared plus 15x plus 9. Oh. And then when you hit graph, you see how it's a say just it was blue and then it turned red, which means that the red graph got graphed on top of it. So without a shadow of doubt, it is C.